Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Design Recharge. I'm Diane Gibbs, and today I am answering questions. So, Lisa, Gavin, nice to have you here live. If you guys have any questions, you can, Gavin, if you want to come on camera, Lisa's already told me she can't. Can you guys hear me okay? Usually I have someone else to talk to. You can type over in the chat, and then you can let me know if you can hear me. But no one's typing. It's lovely. Okay. Oh, great. Okay, great. Work while you listen. Thank you. So it's going to be kind of short today. I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit of what's going to happen in the next couple months. We have some great guests coming up, and I'm going to tell you what it does, Design Recharge does for me, and what I'd love to get some feedback for people who are watching live now or people who are watching the replay. I That's great. I'm glad. So Gavin says he keeps it little podcast sort of keep him busy while he's at work. So that's excellent. I'm glad that's how you use it. I it for me it helps. Obviously, you network, you meet a lot of people, which is awesome. But the reason that I've analyzed it and thought about it a lot, the reason it helps me so much is that I get inspired by all these awesome people that I get to talk to. And hopefully you guys don't notice me. You see I'm like the type on the paper of the book and you get to read the story and my guests are usually the story and I'm just the vehicle. And Spreecast is great, absolutely great. I love Spreecast. I love that I can still talk to Gavin when he's at work because he's typing it in, and I love that we can share things and I can pull things on screen, and I love that. But for me, Design Recharge has given me courage to do stuff in my own work, um, which for me I didn't ever really think of myself as an illustrator, and it's something I've been working on over the years, really trying to develop that skill. And watching this and seeing what other people do and how they have kind of broken down their process, or I'm asking them questions that help them break down their process if they don't break it down automatically. Um, and it helps me to see that, wow, I could do that too. Or if I do this to whatever, then it'll work out. So it's really been incredible for me. And it's been almost a year. So May 27th, it'll be a year that I've been doing them every week. And somebody asked me today how long I was going to do this, if I was going to do it all during the summer. And yes, I'm doing it every week. I will take off at least 3 times a year, usually right after Christmas. And then it's usually like every 4 months, I'm going to take off at least 1 week. Um, and I'd love to know what it does for you guys. So you can send me an email and I'm going to plop up ways to get in touch with me. But if you're not on the email list, you can sign up at designrecharge.org. Or if you go to the Facebook page, there's an orange box. If you're on the website, designrecharge.org, there's a box at the top, on the top right hand corner, and I just need your name and your email, and then you get 1 or 2 emails a week from me. One gives you all the questions I'm going to ask, and one gives you what we did last week and then what we're doing this week. So current. But again, if you have any comments or feedback or anything like that, you can always send me an email. And something else that I've done is some of the guests, or not guests, some people, just regular attendees like you guys, have contacted me, and I've been able to talk with them on the phone and give them um, do a little one-on-one consulting. And right now that's totally free. I just do it to help. So I guess that's the teacher in me. But one another thing, I'm a full-time professor at the University of South Alabama in Mobile. We have a great growing graphic design program, but I'm also have my own company, Little Bird Communications, and I'm an active designer. So for me, I need the connection with other designers. I've used some of the people that I've met to now they look at my work and they give me feedback, which is great. And it's just another way. And I hope that you guys who are watching are able to do that as well. Connect with maybe somebody else or get a connection So you can always add in the chat your ways to connect. Like Nikki is somebody who I don't know in real life, but I feel like I know because we've talked on the phone, and we've done a private spreecast at some point, and we've done. Um, she gave me a handwritten card, and I loved that, and it was awesome type, and she's busting it out in the type world. She's gonna be there and making change because she's. If you follow her on Facebook, Nikki right here, she has been making letters every day, and they're really cool, by the way. So anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. But again, I wanted to kind of tell you what I was doing and what's upcoming. So let me get my. I have to unplug for a second. So, in the next few weeks, we have next week we have John O'Neill, and he is amazing. He's a designer. He's also a full-time professor. He went to VCU undergrad, and he started his own company, and it's a socially conscious firm. And he is has some big clients. Haynes, he's done stuff for UC Berkeley, I believe. A lot of other, but they have to be doing something that is making a difference. Some something that socially conscious. The one I think of right now that's a very socially conscious ad campaign that's out is the Dove. He didn't do that, I don't believe, but that's a very socially conscious. And if you guys haven't seen it, I think I've shared a link to it, but if not, find it and watch it. It's amazing. It's how people see themselves. So, what have any of you guys seen that um, campaign? You can type in the chat if you want. Um, but what happens is they go in. That's great, Nikki. I'm glad you have you. They go in and they have a sketch artist, and the like he used to work for the police department, and they go in. They sit down. He can't see them. They're just describing themselves. So they say what their face looks like, what their and it's just their head, I believe, and they kind of describe themselves, and then they go out and they talk with the other people that are doing the same thing, and then they have somebody come, and one of the other people that were out there in the hallway or whatever, they have them come in and say, "Hey, there was a woman who is blonde and she's, short, um, and her name is whatever. Can you describe her for me?" And then they describe her, and it's like what how you see yourself and how other people see you is so different, and it's just was amazing. So it was a really cool campaign. You guys should check it out. But John does stuff like that. Not he didn't do that, but he does stuff like that, which is really cool, and he's helping a lot of people. It is a B corporation. So if you've ever thought about starting your own company, and you wanted to know about what makes an LLC as opposed to other things, he's going to tell us about why he got. There's special permissions that you have to go about getting for a B Corp. So that's pretty neat. And then my good friend Mitch Jackson, he's going to be on. He's my Spreecast friend. He will be on the week after that, May 8th. We were having technical difficulty when we tried to have him back on in February. So he's going to be on, and he's going to be talking about contracts, which is critical for everybody as we do anything. Even for a family member, having a contract just helps people to see you as a professional. And I was telling somebody today that, I don't want to charge my friends. I said, well, why don't you just tell them what it would cost and then give them a friends and family discount? So give them a big discount, but then they're paying you something. But on the invoice, it says what they would have gotten charged and then what you gave them, and it shows the difference, and it really helps them value you and your work a little bit more. And then we have another. I am really stuck on these type people, but the people who are hand lettering. I had Mike Rohde, I had Nathan Yoder. There's two other people who I have lined up for the summer, and one is a girl. Thankfully, I'm getting some other girls on here. At first, that's all I had was girls, so now trying to spread it out. So I've had a lot of men on lately. But she's May 15th, and then I have another really cool designer who's doing some amazing stuff. Actually, so many things I'm going to have her on twice. but she's going to be on May 22nd. Her name is Mina. She's also a professor, but she um, is doing great stuff with sketchbooks, and you guys are going to just be amazed at the stuff she's doing as well. She's worked with Chuck Skalin, Noah Skalin's dad, who's also a professor. She's done some stuff with the body of evidence, so you can Google it if you want. I mean, we'll be seeing lots of it. And then um, June, I think it's June 12th, is when the creative group's going to be back on. I have a um, we're doing they're going to be on every quarter. So they're going to come on 4 times a year and talk about different business stuff. But that's also something I need from you guys. I need some feedback about who you want to see. If there's a certain designer that you would love to see on, or you'd like to, maybe even come on camera and ask a couple questions, or one of your um, mentors or somebody who you look up to, you've always wanted to meet and you haven't, I'd love to know who, or a new up and coming designer that you think would be awesome. I'd love to know who you want me to interview, because I can find tons of people, and I have, but I'd love to know what you guys want and what I could give to you guys. But the one June 12th is how to effective networking, and how much networking adds to getting a position or a job, or a just even a like a project from a certain company. And sometimes little projects end up being a full-time thing or a part-time thing, which is great. But we'll be doing this all summer. I probably will take off around July 3rd is a Wednesday, and that's right before July 4th. And I'm in America and I'm an American, so I'm probably going to take that week off. But otherwise, it'll be the rest of the time. We have some other setup. In August, we'll have the creative group back on. We're going to do 2 in the summer for them, and it's going to be business etiquette, which I think will be cool. But we've covered a lot of things. If there's some illustrators you want, I know there were a little bit of technical difficulty in December with Doug Bratton. I know he's going to come back on, and I'm going to try to get some other people who I had on in the past back on and do a second part. But um, all right, well, I will do my best to get them on, Gavin. I appreciate it. And again, you guys can always contact me here, but you can also send me an email to Diane@designrecharge.org. I am I will always email you back. And like Nikki knows, I will call you back if you call me. And if you want to do a Spreecast privately, or you want to ask a question, or I've thought about doing some portfolio reviews. If that's something you guys are interested in, I could get some other people. Thanks for backing me up there, Nikki. And I don't know Nikki otherwise. Like, we've just met through Spreecast, which I think is really cool. Um, So I'm trying to like read Gavin's comments as I'm talking, which is a little bit easier when you can have a guest and they can talk and you don't have to talk the whole time. So it's not going to last super long today because of that. Sorry. Um, I'm sure my students think I could talk for forever, and I do in class, but I'm not trying to teach you people anything. I'm just sharing with you. But Design Recharge has been great. It's been great for me, and I hope you guys get something out of it. But it is the inspiration I get from these designers and artists and illustrators and type people and business people has been incredible for me. And not only that, it's also been incredible to meet the people who come, like Nikki and Gavin. I know you've been here ever since, I think, Joey, when Joey Ellis was on. So it's been great. I notice and I see. So it's been great. And Robert, it's great to have you here today as well. So I remember when you came on, you're my green G box, so I think of it like that because I have no idea what you look like. So I think of you as the green G box, Gavin. I know that seems silly, but anyway, we've got tons. So if you guys have questions, more questions you want to ask these people, what I've been doing is, if you're part of the VIP email list, you get an email with all the questions. Nobody else gets that. They get the generic, here's what's coming up, here's what we did. And but if you want to ask certain questions, if you send them to me earlier, then I will send them to the guests so that they can prepare. And sometimes they have visuals that they can answer those questions better. So always, if you're not part of the email list, definitely do that. And I'm going to be sending out some different kinds of stuff this summer. I'm going to do a couple webinars that'll be completely free and to help with things that I think make help designers can grow their business. I'll be starting a couple things that hopefully will help y'all in growing your business too. So that'd be something I would love to know what areas you think are the most things that you need either as a freelancer or as a business owner and you're trying to grow your business. So I'd love to know what you think. And I hope you guys tune in the next couple weeks. We're going to have some great people. Um, and I don't know how to say her name, so I can't. Biljana, I think is how you say it, May 15th. So I actually found her through my friend Drew Larson, who used to have a show on Spreecast. He had found, I follow him on Facebook, and he had bought this poster, and it was all hand drawn type. And I was like, whoa, that's awesome. And so he actually posted it and he loved it. And I was like, this lady's great. So I looked at the rest of her stuff and she's incredible. So she's an illustrator, she's a designer, but she also does a lot of hand drawn type. So, Nikki, I think you'll really like her for sure. And I think she's in California, but I'll have to check. Anyway, be cool if you could meet up with her. Um, I also think it's really cool that we can connect each other. So I always feel like I'm a connector. Like if I see somebody who's needing something, I can connect them with somebody else. So it's good for you guys to um, get to know me, me to get to know you, so that I can help you with whatever. So if I know Nikki needs something in California, or somebody in California needs something that Nikki could do, or somebody anywhere needs something that Nikki can do, then I can send them your way. So feel free to give me a little background, send me a link to your site or your Dribble or whatever, Behance, and I'd love to look at it and just get to see what you're doing. Anyway, I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions today? I'm guessing no. But I'm going to put up these. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Obviously, these are the Twitter design recharges. Obviously, for this, most of the stuff I'm promoting is through that. And then Diane Gives AU is my Little Bird Communications. So I post different kinds of things, but those might be things that you could share with your clients because I'm going to be doing some other webinars for them because I think there's sometimes they can't afford us for everything. So it's good to at least they're not producing really crappy work without us. So it has a consistent thing. So I think that's something that you could also offer for them. So it's just another way for you to build your business. Awesome. Thanks, Gavin. Gavin T Design. I will check it out. And then if you want on Instagram, it's just Instagram at /design recharge. And then also Facebook. And Facebook's where I do most of the promotions right now. And it's just Design Recharge on Facebook. So that's it. And Robert, feel free to put your stuff up there. Nikki can put your stuff. So maybe Gavin and everybody else can do that. And I don't know who our guest is, but I appreciate my friend Lisa coming and just being in the room. And I hope you guys have a great day. It's yucky and rainy here in Alabama, but it'll be sunny tomorrow. And today is the last day of my 30s, so I can't wait. So 80 in California. Wow. Well, it's not cold here. It's just wet. But it makes things grow, so I appreciate that. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see my garden, which I'm doing a farmer's market again. I have a lot of hats I wear, but I really like that stuff. So 80 is pretty nice. Nikki's right around San Francisco area, I believe. Maybe. I have a couple clients out there, and they always make me feel bad about the weather because it'll be 80 here, and we'll be like sweating, and 80 there, and it's like very comfortable. Correct? Yeah, inland a little bit. Well, there was something else I was going to say, and this is what it happens in class to me all the time. Anyway, I have a bunch of people in my list. I have this thing filled up with people I'd like to interview, but I'd love to know who you want me to interview, and I would love to help you guys out too. So Fill me in. Thanks for sharing my last day of my 30s with me, and I look forward to 15 years. I get prices off at the movie. That's my next big thing I'm looking forward to. So have a great day, and I will see you guys next week with John O'Neill, and he's going to inspire you in a lot of ways. And I can't wait for you to come back. So thank you for the birthday wish. Appreciate it. Have a great day, and feel free, call me, email me, whatever, and we'll talk, and I can help you with whatever. And again, Nikki, thanks so much for the hand drawn card. It was awesome. Thanks. Have a great day, guys. Bye.